what your children really need. I'm going to talk about that in this video. All right. Let's do this. Now, every father carries a burden of some type. Okay. There's a responsibility, especially when he has children. Also, if he has stepchildren, okay, he's carrying a burden. Okay. And a lot of mothers also carry that burden. Okay. So, what we have to understand is that even though we carry this burden to care for our children, to provide provisions and to do what's necessary for our children are still yet in need of something that we have to stop and pay attention to. Or by the time our children get to be 18 and ready to graduate and go off to college or do whatever they're going to do, it's just basically too late to reverse it. Think of it like this. If we don't give our children what they need right now when they're children, it's going to be like a big old ocean cruiser, okay, versus the tugboat, okay? Now, your children may be small right now, and you can turn that tugboat around real quick. But once your children get to be a certain age and getting ready to leave and go home, go on in life, it's going to be like changing a cruiser. It takes a while to change that cruiser and get them to change their mind and concept about who you are and what you have been about. So what your children really need now when they're young is very important, not only to them, but to you as the future and everything goes on. Now, number one, let's talk about the money trap, okay? The money trap. So many parents get caught up in the money trap. They begin to tell themselves, look, if I can make just enough money to provide for my children so that they can get the best things in life or things that I didn't have, and we can make sure things are taken care of, okay? Some parents may be at a point where they're saying, look, I have to work these hours just to make sure that the apartment rent or the house note is met, than to be spending a lot of time at home. So I have to do overtime. I have to get on my grind. I have to make sure that these 2 or 3 businesses that I'm running is producing. After all, I'm doing it for my family. That's what they're saying. That's what we tell ourselves. But do our kids really see it that way? I'm going to say no. I don't think they really see it. And sometimes we'll tell our children, you need to understand why dad is doing this. You need to understand why mom is doing this. This is for us, okay? Really, think about that. And sometimes if we sit back and we think about it, we're wrapped up in that fear. And children sometimes don't really know the fear that we're in. And that fear is, I don't want to lose the car. I don't want to lose this. I don't want that to happen. But here's the thing. You have to come to a conclusion as to not allow the money trap to just overwhelm you, to just take you out. It is important. It's very important that you earn a living. It's very important that you make money. But how do we get that balance in between money and our children? Because after all, they're going to keep growing. Even as you're working those long hours, your children are going to keep growing. They're going to keep moving, just like they're going to keep eating the grocery bill probably going up now. But that's part of life, and that's how things are. Once we take on the world of keeping our children in our life, keeping our children present with us, as opposed to just letting them go off to state-funded areas or orphanage or anything like that. We decided to keep them. Okay, so we can't let the money trap take us down through there. Amen. Come on now. Let's look at another point. Now, if you caught up in that money trap, you're also going to get caught up in the presence that creates connection. Okay, the present that creates connection. A lot of times when you're running and you're moving in that money trap and things are happening, man, you're sitting there and you're going through it and you're saying, man, I got to make more money. But what you're failing to realize is that you're not present with your children. And when you're not present with your children, then you're losing ground again. Now, remember, I used the analogy of the tugboat versus the cruiser. Now, with the tugboat, you can turn this thing around quickly while they're children, okay? But as they're getting older, it's going to be like a cruise liner. Once again, it takes a minute, man, to turn that cruise liner. If you can get it turned, okay? At some point, you might just have to dock that cruise liner right there and deal with things as they come in life because the children now have gone on. So they understand your presence and your connection. That's when they start trusting you. That's when they start really getting to know who you are, the things that you need done, the things that you desire of them. They can rest assured that you're going to be there for them. They're going to know that. Well, Solomon, you don't understand my situation. I understand clearly. I'm a father. Okay, I'm a grandfather. So I know where I missed the mark. I know where the presence my lack of presence can cause the lack of connection. Okay, I do have a stronger connection with one child than the other. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, but yet there's a reason why, and it's not a good reason, but I live life, I accept life, and I work with the ones that I don't have it as strong as I would have the other. And I don't know if that's favoritism as much as it is just how children gravitate to their parents. One gravitates to the mother more, and the other one gravitates to the father more. See, and sometimes those are just things that take place. But you know that the presence of you have to be there with them in order to connect. Come on now. Another thing, children spell love. Point number 3. Children spell love Time. They don't care about what you think they care. They don't care about your overtime on your job. They don't care about the 3 jobs that you work. Really deep down inside, they don't. Because they're children. Okay? That's the reason we use the term children. Children don't understand that. They're concerned about, man, are you coming to my basketball game? Man, are you coming to watch me do the ballerina dance? I want to show you what new things I can do. I want to share with you how I'm going here and how I'm going there. They want to know, will you come and spend some time with them? Okay? So the question is, how are you being? Are you upset? Are you stressed out or what? Because your kids don't know that. Okay? They just want Time. Time. That's all they want. Nothing more and nothing less than time. And that's how they understand you love them. That's how they understand you care about them. That's how they understand you're going to give them everything you know to give. Okay? Why? Because you are giving them your time. Number 4, success requires balance. Okay? Success requires balance. A lot of parents don't understand that to be successful with their children in many areas of the child's life, it requires balance. Okay? And although your children can't see it today, okay, they can't see the situation today. When you give that balance and you take out time out of your schedule and what you're going through and what you are planning, okay, and you begin to show your child that, hey, I care about you. I love you. I want to see you excel. I want to see you mature. I want to see you do all the things that you desire. Okay? Now, all you have to do is work on balance. Now, how does that really work? Well, it starts one day at a time. Okay? Week after week, month after month, year after year, of doing the same thing, of working on balance with your children. It's very important that you work on that balance. Because if you don't work on that balance, you could lose your children. And that ship, turning that ship once again, is going to be very difficult. Okay? But right now, you may be at the tugboat stage. You can handle it. You can change it. You can twist, do what you got to do. The tugboat going to move real fast. So I want to encourage you, okay, to find out what it is your children really need, okay? What they really need. What do they really desire? Is it your time, okay? Is it just you listening to them on conversations and things that they're going through? Just take time out to find out what it is that your children need. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be blessed.